may be established among us all. Amen.
Amen.
Manningham Council acknowledges the Wurundjeri people as the traditional custodians of the land we now know as Manningham. We pay our respects to Wurundjeri elders past and present and value the ongoing contribution to the cultural heritage of Manningham. Council would also like to acknowledge the contribution made to Manningham over the years by people of diverse backgrounds and cultures. I welcome all members of the public to this council meeting this evening who have joined us online to observe proceedings. In response to the evolving coronavirus situation, changes have been made to the Local Government Act which permit council meetings to be held virtually for a limited time. The health and safety of our community and employees is our priority during these uncertain times, so we will continue to hold our meetings virtually to further reduce the risk of transmission of COVID-19. You will notice a few changes to how we are conducting our meetings. You won't be able to attend our meetings in person, however you are, as you know, will be able to watch the meeting live through our website and Facebook page. You can also watch the recording at any time after the meeting when it suits you. Council acknowledges that in the lead up to its general elections, it will not make any decisions that would or could be perceived to inappropriately bind an incoming council or affect the outcome of the elections. As stipulated in our election period policy 2020, Council will hold a meeting this month to consider routine administrative matters and the annual report. There are also limitations placed on the conduct of the meeting, such as no public question time, tabling of petitions and councillor question time. Finally, I would like to advise that if we experience technical issues during the meeting, we will make every attempt to resolve them within 30 minutes. If we are unable to resolve the issue, the meeting will be adjourned to another time and date. A notice will be placed on the council website advising the meeting has been adjourned and when it is expected to reconvene. Council meetings are governed by Manningham's governance rules. I will introduce each item of business as listed on the agenda, calling it by number and by reading the title. I will then call for a mover and seconder of a motion on the item before opening any debate. Only councillors are able to join the debate on an item. Councillors may adopt the officer's recommendation in the report or propose amendments and supplementary motions. Item 2, apologies and requests for leave of absence. Well, I'm fairly certain there are no leaves of absence requests, so I would now just like to confirm the attendance of councillors. Councillor Mike Zafiropoulos.
Present.
Councillor Anna Chen.
Present.
Councillor Andrew Conlon.
Yeah.
Councillor Sophie Galbally.
Present.
Councillor Jeff Goff. Could you please unmute yourself, Councillor Goff? Thank you.
I'm present.
Thank you. Councillor Dot Haynes.
Present.
Councillor Michelle Kleinert.
Present.
Councillor Paula Piccinini.
Present.
Thank you. Item 3, prior notification of conflict of interest. No prior notifications of conflict of interest have been received. Councillor, would anyone like to give a notice of conflict of interest at this time? None of you have indicated you wish to do so, so we will proceed accordingly. Item 4, confirmation of minutes. Do I have a mover for this particular matter? Councillor Chen.
Yes, Mr. Mayor, I move that the minutes of the council meeting held on 15 September 2020 be confirmed.
Thank you. Do we have a seconder? Councillor Piccinini. I'll put the motion. Those for? I see all hands are raised. That motion is carried unanimously. Thank you, councillors. Item 5, Chief Executive Officer. Item 5.1, Annual Report 2019-20. Do I have a mover for this particular matter?
Mayor,
Councillor Goff.
Mr. Mayor, I'll move that the report be adopted as on the paper.
Thank you, Councillor. Do we have a seconder? Councillor Kleinert. Councillor Goff.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. This is part of a statutory process. We need to actually, as a council, we're required to actually review the documents that we sent out. These have been out a number of times, some for public consultation, some for adoption, sent off to the minister, and within a month we need to actually vote on this and accept this as a true and accurate record of our year. Annual reports are an important part of local government. Indeed, they're an important part of all companies and businesses that deal with the community. It's here and it outlines, I suppose, what our company or what council is about, and it really describes our area, but it also goes in on our performance and how we've gone over the year. And over the years, they've been refined more and more, and there's a bit of a template. So when you go to any council website now or council AGM, or not AGM, annual report, they're similar in nature in set out. And it is there to look and compare and to make a record of what has been done in that past year and what achievements we've achieved and areas that we need to improve on and areas that we've excelled in or whatever. And it's a great document that is there for the record for the future and indeed for recording how we've done. So our annual reports, and we've got the audited statements that are going to join what is on the paper tonight, and the forward from the Mayor and CEO, which is part of that. But due to the situation we're in election period, they're not on these papers, but they are there, and they would have been released originally on the date that we sent out to the minister and everybody else. So that has been in the field, but for tonight's meeting, we've not put them in there, but we are including them in this motion that we're putting through tonight, councillors. So basically, what we are doing is endorsing the 1920 annual report, which includes the audited financial statements, which are there, and the performance statements. And we're noting that there are two extra additions to what we're approving tonight. One is the Mayor's message and the CEO's message, and they're added to the annual report. Indeed, they're part of that annual report. Encourage everyone to vote for it.
Thank you, Councillor. Councillor Kleinert.
Nothing further to add.
Thank you. Any speakers against? Any other speakers? I'll therefore put the motion. Those for? Thank you, councillors. I see all hands are raised. That is carried unanimously. Item 5.2, record of assembly of councillors. Do I have a mover for this matter? Councillor Haynes.
I move that the recommendation be adopted.
Thank you, councillor. Do we have a seconder? Councillor Galbally. Councillor Haynes.
Nothing to add as on record.
Thank you, councillor. Councillor Galbally.
Nothing to add.
Thank you. Any speakers against? I will put the motion. Those for, please raise your hand accordingly. Thank you, councillors. I see all hands are raised. That's carried unanimously. Item 5, appointment of authorised officer. Sorry, I'll try that again. Item 5.3, appointment of authorised officer, Planning Environment Act 1987. Do I have a mover for this matter? Councillor Piccinini.
I move that the recommendation be adopted.
Thank you, councillor. Do I have a seconder? Councillor Conlon. Councillor Piccinini.
Nothing to add.
Thank you, councillor Conlon.
Nothing to add.
Thank you. Are there any speakers against? I will therefore put the motion. Those for? Thank you, councillors. I see all hands are raised. That motion is carried unanimously. With that item, councillors, it is now our final, that's the final agenda item in our final meeting in our term of office. And it would be remiss of me to let the end of our term of office pass without acknowledging a couple of people. Firstly, I'd like to acknowledge a couple of councillors who are retiring from council this evening. Councillor Sophie Galbally and Councillor Paula Piccinini It has been an honour and a privilege to be on council with both of you in the last 4 years for you, Councillor Piccinini, and 8 years for you, Councillor Galbally. I have very much enjoyed working with you, and you have been wonderful representatives of your community and very able contributors to our council for many years. And notably, Paula, you were mayor in 2018-19, and you made a great contribution as mayor. And Councillor Galbally, you have more than ably represented your constituents in the Mullen ward in 8 years, and tirelessly so, in my experience. You are both to be applauded, in my view, for the contribution you have made for and on behalf of your community in the many hours and weeks and months of work that you've put in year after year. It's difficult to say more than that because of the current electoral circumstance, but I hope you understand the high esteem that you are held in by your colleagues on this council, and I wish you well in your future endeavours on behalf of the fellow councillors.
Thank
Hear,
you.
hear.
Thank you. Yes, thank you, Mr. Mayor. I note that we are in election period, so there's not a lot we can say. Otherwise, I would be talking for quite some time. I'd just like to thank my fellow councillors. Thank you for your support. Thank you for your teamwork and your friendship. It's been a wonderful 4 years. I really want to thank the officers as well for their expertise, for their professionalism and their dedication to their work and their support of us and the community. They do an excellent job. I'm in awe of our officers. I think they're highly professional, highly experienced, and it's been wonderful working with them. In particular, our CEO, Andrew Day, thank you so much for your leadership. I admire your leadership. You're a leader that empowers your staff, values them and credits them. And I hope to emulate you. So thank you very much for your support over the last, since you're with us, over the last approximately 3 years, would you say? Roughly, yeah, because you joined us at the commencement in the first year or so of the term. So thank you so much. And that's all I'll say for now. And I'll hand it over to Sophie.
Thank you, Councillor Piccinini. I finally got that right after, what, 4 years? Look, yes, same here. It has been an honour to be elected councillor, not just once, but twice, to represent the ward of Mullen and the greater Manningham. As many know, I have moved out of the area, but my heart's always there. It's where I raised my children. It's where I spent 20 years of my life, and I've still got a lot of friends there. And I must say the last 4 years on council has been quite an eye-opener for me as far as how we can work together, and I really appreciate all the assistance I've received. And aside from the fact that it is an election caretaker period, ditto, I can't say too much. So I'll keep an eye out, and I'll see you all in the future. Yeah, if not on council, somewhere else. Thank you. I try to do it without saying too much.
Yeah, Sophie and I are threatening to come to council meetings and ask questions.
Yes, very curly.
Yeah, curly questions.
Thank you, councillors. It
If I
would
could
also,
if I can
Mr.
just jump
CEO.
in as well, Mayor, it would be remiss and on behalf of everyone not to thank you for your past 12 months as Mayor. It's obviously been a challenging time, still is a challenging time for our community. It's certainly been a challenging and unique time to be Mayor of Manningham. And so I wanted to congratulate you and thank you for your support of me and the organisation and the way in which you've handled yourself over the past 12 months as Mayor. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. CEO. I do appreciate that. And on behalf of my fellow councillors, I would like to express my gratitude to the entire organisational team at Manningham. For 4 years, you've delivered on behalf of this council, and you've done so with great commitment and passion and energy and professionalism. It has been a challenging past 12 months for the council organisation, and it is in those challenging times that we've seen the organisation really step up and show the community just what they're capable of. And it's not something that surprised me as a mayor to see what the organisation has been able to deliver, because I have learnt over many years just what they are capable of, and I've seen it evidenced over the years on behalf of the council. So I feel very privileged to have worked with a team of professionals who run the council on a day-to-day basis on behalf of the community. I'd particularly like to thank the executive support team for the role they play for us as individual councillors. They do a great job quietly in the background, and enable us as councillors to achieve what we need to achieve and to attend when we need to attend and make sure that we're there on time and on schedule. So I'd particularly like to thank them, but by no means does that suggest that anyone else in the council staff is any less noteworthy. They have been an exceptional organisation in my view, and I'm very pleased to have been able to work with the organisation to deliver for our community in the last 8 years as a councillor. And the future holds what it holds for all of us. And we look forward to the outcome of the election and the community having a new council and a new team to lead the council on its day-to-day businesses and future endeavours. Thank you, councillors, one and all, for your support and encouragement in the last year, and indeed in the last 4 years. It's been an honour and a privilege to work with you.
Ditto.
With that, councillors, I'm going to declare one last time this council meeting closed.
Well done.